Hey all, welcome back. It's an absolutely manky, horrible day out there. The wind is coming from the east. Yeah, I have to think. So that's south is straight out the door, that way. So it's coming from that direction, so that's east. Yeah, we're getting hit with this, getting hit with this storm Babbitt thing. It's supposed to be happening later on, but it's very wet and windy just now. I had to use two big black bin bags to get this out to the shed today because it's too big to fit in a jacket. Like normally I'd get a guitar neck and just wrap it in a coat and come out to the garage, but yeah, it's too wet. It's too long. So anyway, so today I think I want to. Well, in the meantime, the first thing I want to do is to thin this headstock down a bit and add some wings, some mahogany wings to that. So that's where I'm going to start. I'll need to set up. I've been lifting everything off the floor, the floor of the sheds now because sometimes the water can come up through the floor if the water table underground, so it comes up too high. But just in case, but yeah, so I'll need to move some stuff, get the sand there cleared, work out what I'm doing, the thickness for this, and then get working on it. Let's crack on. Well, some of you'll know I'm right in the way of Storm Barrett. Storm Barrett! So, yeah, I've got a bit of flood in my garage. But luckily my workshop hoover is wet and dry. So the problem is that when they built this shed, they dug down and across. So you have the water table, you know, the underground water level, which you don't see. when it rises enough rain and stuff, because all the water runs off fields and everything, you know. And what happens is it actually comes up through the floor down there. Um, so yeah, I get these puddles once in a blue moon. It's not very often though, thankfully. So yeah, I mean, yesterday I took all my ash and mahogany and stuff. I took all that in the house, out of the way. Lifted up the compressor off the floor, things like that. I just have to make sure that nothing that can be damaged is left on the floor. Oh, no, it's fine. So it is what it is, eh? Such as the life of a country person. Right, first things first, you get this all levelled off. Well, the storm has finally passed. The weather's gorgeous outside. The floor's damp, but it's not got any puddles anymore, so that's great. So anyway, next thing I want to do is to, I think, put a plate on the headstock. I was drawing out my standard sort of guitar sort of shape thing. That looks like it could probably work quite well, actually. But yeah, I want to do a sort of a plate first. I think stick it on first, then draw out the shape, cut things out and things. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I've got various bits of wood. Got this piece here, which is kind of quite mad looking. I've got these sort of pieces here. Get enough out of that as well. I think what I'll do is I'll probably try and do some kind of book match or something maybe. I don't want it too busy though, because I need to have, it's going to have the tuners anyway, and it's also, I want to put my logo at the middle, so it doesn't need to be too, it doesn't need to have too much going on, you know. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got. Right, so that's them stuck together. I think the next thing I'll do is I'll stick this down and get these a bit flatter and thinner. Just get a bit of ingenuity going. String, bridge in place, clamped, nut in place. Now I can check my string alignment there. So I'm basically getting things set up so that I can use this long ruler to go from string position on the bridge, string position on the nut, which will give me a kind of idea of where my tuner wants to be. Won't be perfect, but it'll be good enough. double check everything first before I do anything else. I see, that's further away than that one, isn't it? That's about 20. That's about 21. 16. It's about 16. So this one is about 21. But this one on this side isn't. It's about 20 there. Yeah, it's slightly off. Right, okay. So that needs to be across just a tiny fraction. That's better. Right. Ping pong pong with my thing. Got my thing now. Doing. Doing. Happy days, that looks alright, that does. Yeah, I'm liking that. Looks pretty good. I think I was right. I think it was the right decision to just make the headstock a little bit bigger. I think it really suits the tuners so much better there. Superb! Happy days! So there we have it. One headstock, one logo, one volute. And you'll see the way I was doing it with the file there, coming across and up the ramp, and that gives you a nice sharp line. Yeah, when I did my first neck, I have an acoustic guitar called a Lag Summer Edition or something, but it's got really beautiful volute on it, and I thought that's what I'm aiming for. So I basically just copied it and I've learned from there. Lasers. These things are great. It's so light and portable and dead easy to use. I mean, that's bigger than I need at the moment, but you never know. I might get it doing something else with it later. Very handy though. And of course I can run it from the app on the phone through Bluetooth, which is just spot on. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to, oh yeah, that's what happened to the thing too, the seam, the wood, it moved at this end a little bit. So the seam, the join line, it wasn't quite centered anymore. It's like, what can you do with it? But it looks alright though. You don't really notice it, which is fine, so not to worry. Yeah, I think it must have just shifted a little bit at this top end when I was clamping or something. And of course I can't see it because I've got a piece of wood in the way and all sorts. But still, everything's looking great. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here. When we come back, we can start looking at the body. I think it's time to start doing that. I've got the template that I've made, and I could probably cut the top for a start and router that round and stuff, and then look at sorting in their wings. And I've got to take wood off the top of this piece and cut this shorter, and there's loads. There's plenty to do. So yeah, I might have to move my bands around a bit though, because I think I'm going to need a bit of space for this one. Hell of a size, sort of. It's like with neck trees are massive. You got this massive piece of wood, you're trying to sort of wiggle around, you know, inside a little shed or something. Crazy. Anyway, as usual, feel free to like and comment, etc. And yeah, and I'll see you all again real soon. Cheers.